So there may be situations where we require to find the length of a list. So in this case, we'll be working with the length of the list, right? So for that, we use a function called len function. So we'll be using a len function to find the length of the list, right? So in this case, we'll be working with that. So first you type len function. Within that, you type the variable in which the list has been stored or the elements have been stored. So in this case, we see what is the length of the list, and I will be executing this shift plus enter. So in this case, you find that the output is 8. So you find 8 elements on the list. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So this function will help you out in finding the length of a list. So we can make a numerical list. So the numerical list could be the temperatures, or it could be the number of populations in a city, or we can say number of population in a country, or number of sample sizes chosen from a particular retail store, how many customers have visited in a particular retail shop. So in this case, we can use a function called range function. So in this case, we're going to work on, so we'll be creating the numerical list, and we'll be working with the function called range function, right? So for that, we'll be working with the for loop also. So just for, I'm using for loop for, I'll put for value for. So we'll be using the for loop for numbers in range, and I require the range that is to be printed from, say, the values to be printed from 1 to 6, right? And I put here the double apostrophe for the logic. Then I put the print numbers. So we'll see how actually it works. So there is a range function I've done, and within the range from within 1 to 6, the value will be getting printed. So I put shift plus enter. So in this case, you find that the values has been printed from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 1 to 5. So I've taken a range from within the range from 1 to 6, the value should be printed. So it is printing within from 1 to 5. So here you find that the range prints only the number only from 1 to 5, and you find that one value has been reduced. See, with the same range function, we can create a list of the numbers also. So in this case, suppose I take just number equal to, and I type, say, list, open the bracket, and use the range function. So in this case, I put the same value range from 1 to 6, right? Instead of using the for loop, I'll just use this. I'll be assigning the variable, taking a variable called number, and within that I'll be putting the range of numbers that has to be created as a list, right? So now I just print the variable number. In this case, it will list you the numbers. So in this case, you find that the numbers are created as list, right, within the square bracket.